G'day fellas, welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. In the north of the map, we've got Zertan. He's going to be playing the Holy Roman Empire for us. Down in the south of the map, we've got his opponent, who goes by the name of Hagrid, and he is going to be playing the Abbasid dynasty. Now, my understanding, if you're not familiar with Hagrid, is that he is actually an AOM player. And one of the great things that, the prophecy foretold... I'll have what you're having, girl. What the heck is that about? Oh my god, all of these villages are just going absolutely ham right now. One of the things that the prophecy foretold was that Age of Empires 4 would be the game to unite all strategy players from around the world. StarCraft pros, Age of Empires 3, Age of Empires 2, Age of Mythology, Grey Goo? What are some more strategy games? I was going to say Call of Duty. Call of Duty. You will see all of the great strategy gamers converge upon Age of Empires 4 to test their strength. And now we've got Zertan. So once again, if you're not familiar with him, Age of Empires Online is his community. He's coming into the Age of Empires 4 community and absolutely taking it by storm here. Playing as the Holy Roman Empire, got that prelate out nice and early. This is a matchup that we've actually seen quite a bit of. These two civilizations are definitely more of the popular civilizations. So in the early game, he's got the prelate out. Not going to be moving that prelate and rotating it up to the north to grab these extra villages up here. To the north that very easily could be buffed up because it doesn't take a whole lot to walk up there, but really just focusing on that. Down to the south, going to be picking up a couple, just a few sheepy sheep. Hagrid, on the other hand, will take a look where he is. He's collected plenty of sheep. And I guess the question remains, because with the prophecy foretelling that Age of Empires 4 was the game to unite all communities, each community is going to take it differently. So already we can see a lot of Age of Empires online players coming across. I'm aware of, I think, about 3 or 4 of them that, from the pro scene that are coming across right now. Age of Empires 2. I haven't really seen many Age of Empires 2 players. Now, to be granted, there was a big tournament, you may have heard about it, called the Red Bull Wallalol. $100,000 that went on. So I'm not sure exactly, they might have been a little bit too busy to be playing this weekend. But we've seen a lot of Age of Empires 3 players as well. But I guess one of the questions is, each community is going to take it differently. Each community's, going to approach it differently. But I'm curious to see how it evolves. Going to be going up now with the Mine Work Palace in the north of the map. Zertan calling out to his enemy, saying, "G'day, how you doing?" Just running past. And going to be going up with the Mine Work Palace. So minus 25% costs from his blacksmith techs. It also acts as a blacksmith, so saving 150 wood. And then subsequently, I think it works out to be... how much are the techs? The techs work out to be... I can't actually check right now, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I think it's like 50/150, maybe? Something like that. It's a fair amount, though. You're saving a lot of resources, so definitely worth getting. Over on his opponent's side, Hagrid's side, obviously dropped down his House of Wisdom. Nowhere near really aging up at this point, and a lot of villagers on wood in this early stage. Oh my god, is Hagrid... What is Hagrid doing? Is he going for an early Golden Age? He's hit 7 buildings already. He's going for an early Golden Age. Oh my god, Hagrid thinking outside the box. This is something we've not seen before. Dropping down an 8th house, so now going to be hitting 8 out of 10 structure count. This is insanity. I've never seen this before. And this is what I love about this game right now. There is just so much stuff going on in this game. So many options that you can do. So you guys might be wondering, why is he dropping down these extra houses? What's the point? What's the reason? Why does he need these houses? He's sitting at 70 population at this point. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you asked. And look at the macro on point right now. Really good macro. It is because he gets an extra 10% villager gather rate, and he gets it this early in the game. So I guess my question is, now that his opponent has aged up, he's going to be looking to age up. There he goes. Going with the military wing. So curious that he went up with the military wing. This is kind of like, it's one of those things, all right? You don't want to go too greedy. If you go economic wing and you do this as well, you're kind of like, you're playing the dangerous game right there, because your opponent is going to have a very potential timing that they can hit you with, especially for the Holy Roman Empire, which are infamous for doing their barrack starts. But in this game, Zertan's actually going to be opening a stable here. One of the things we have seen out of Zertan multiple times is going for that early stable. So curious to see. And I just love this build order. I really want to talk to Hagrid about this, how he came up with it. Very ingenious. Dropping down an outpost as well. So going to be looking to play safe. I'm curious to see whether we do potentially see him go for something like a fast castle, or at least a semi-fast castle, maybe a second town center potentially. Going for the military wing really means that he's going to be able to focus in H2 if he needs to. and subsequently could get that second town center and really just knuckle down. He's going to have an extra +1 armor from the military wing, so a decent choice right there. We'll take on Zerton, see how he's doing. Dropping down a stable as well, so double stable opening for Zerton in the early game here. This is definitely a decent opening. Going to be able to apply a lot of pressure to his opponent, but one of the things to note is already we've got these towers that are up, or outposts rather, that are up. Now, only 5 villagers can go in an outpost, so one of the things to be cognizant of is if you go for a raid here and there's 10 villagers, well, only 5 of them can get in here, so the other 5 have got to run back. So you may potentially be able to snag 1 or even 2 villagers before they get in the town center, so always be aware of that. You can see as the villagers move further and further out from the initial berry bushes, it's going to take more and more distance or more and more time for them to walk out. No wheelbarrow just yet, but it is coming in on the way. We take a look over at his opponent, Zerton, see how he's doing. We've got a cavalry unit that's moving out. A horseman begins to move across the map. A second one is already hiding. Listen to the difference in voices, okay? This one?
Yeah, bereit.
This one.
Yeah, bereit.
He's hidden in a forest, so he keeps his voice down. I love that. Isn't that just such a beautiful detail? I could listen to that all day. That is absolutely awesome. Another horseman coming out. And now, both players reaching the second age. We'll take a look over at Hagrid, see what he's up to. Hagrid going to be dropping down another outpost just over next to his wood line. Plenty of villagers over on wood at the moment. Not a whole lot on gold, though. So I guess one of the things that concerns me is, though his gold is relatively close to his town center, there's no outpost on it just yet. Stable, as well as a barracks, going to be going down, so opening up with a spearman. So he has actually scouted out his opponent. He does know that there are stables, so there is going to be the potential for raiding to come in. And just remember, the idea is that typically if you're going to be opening with cavalry, you really don't want to be fighting against your opponent. You just want to be running them around. That's the whole idea. It's the exact same thing as Age of Empires 2. You don't never want to fight against your opponent's spears. You just want to be fighting. You just want to be forcing them to idle. You see right there, we've got idle villagers. The spears come out. He's actually going to try and pick a couple off here. It's a bit dangerous to do. There's going to be a third spear that comes out. It's a curious decision. There's the third spear coming out now, and you're going to be fighting. This is a really effective trade here for Hagrid. So Hagrid definitely happy to take this fight. Does manage to eventually get away. Not too many villagers going to be going down, but you can just hear the voices right now with those pikes, or spears rather, as they manage to escape it. More horsemen now going to be coming down. And a little bit of walling. The first time we've actually seen walling in a game this evening. Hagrid walling up over on the eastern side of his base. And a great decision here. This is really going to prevent any potential raids coming in from this angle. Going to be able to control the narrative. And that's what it's all about. You really want to avoid your opponent being able to run through your base constantly, especially when they open cavalry like this. Now, one of the things that Zerton does is he starts off by going cavalry, gets his upgrades, and then he's going to move into archers and then do a timing push with archers as well as cavalry. So I'm curious to see whether he's going to be looking to achieve the same thing today. He is putting down a third outpost. Hagrid really playing quite defensively here, turtling up. It looks like a horseman is going to get picked up here potentially for free as Hagrid manages to pull that one away just by the skin of its teeth. Villagers out here on the front line. Got to be careful. They're gathering berries, and we see those villagers just moving back. They're going to be safe and exchanging a few screams. More horsemen now beginning to trickle down. A scout just sitting idly with a couple of sheep just hanging out. We don't seem to have any archery range just yet from Zerton. We'll take a look from his perspective and see how his macro's going. Not too bad. A villager count gives us 26 villagers at the moment for Zerton. His opponent, Hagrid, sits on 32. So a significant difference between the villager counts. I'm curious what that difference is and where it's come from, because that is absolutely nothing to sneeze at when you've got a villager difference that early in the game. Now down towards the south, getting hit from both angles, and Zerton doing him dirty right now, hitting this gold mine, going to be trying to even that villager count up. We do spot that the villager count begins to drop down to 28 villagers now. Another villager goes down to 27 villagers. 26 villager potentially right here. Does it go down? I say 26 villager like he's killed 25 already, but that's not the way it works, Drongo. You got to count the other way, my friend. But a really, really nice raid there from Zerton, hitting him on multiple angles. But now we've got scouts up to the north. Unfortunately, these guys aren't going to do nearly as much damage to the villagers as the horsemen do. And another raid coming in now. An archery range looking to go up at the front of the base, but one of the curious decisions that remains is as to why you would continue to try and fight out here when you know that you've got these horsemen that are just coming around and running you around. I guess the question is, we do see more walls up. This was where I was going. I was thinking we need to see more walls at this point, because you've got walls coming up down here. I'd love to see another wall potentially coming out from here out to the gold, and then maybe even from the gold up over a little bit further probably going to be the best way to deal with his opponent. Because the issue is that he's going to get the run around. He's going to get the old run around. You guys would be all too familiar with it if you're from Age of Empires 3. Why do red caps have a coat? Is it an upgrade or just a skin? No, each cavalry unit has got a different aesthetic look to it. So you can see right here that the Holy Roman Empire units have got that beautiful coat on them. I did initially think it was a cosmetic, but it's not. I have had it confirmed to me. This is just the standard look for the horsemen, for the Holy Roman Empire. If we take a look at the horsemen down here to the south, it looks a little bit different. Like there's a brown look to it. He doesn't have that coat. He just looks very standard. Now, keep in mind, he did open military wing. We do actually have the camel support technology coming through right now. A little bit late, I would say, but hey, better late than never. So there are cosmetic skins for anybody wondering, anyone who's playing along at home. Right now, if you go onto the Steam store and you look at the deluxe edition, it gives an item for, I can't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's called a monument for your town center. And that goes right in the middle, right where that gong is. Now, each player, so for the English and for the Holy Roman Empire, they have a bell that they start off with. For the Mongols and for the Abbasid, they get gongs. But you're actually able to replace this. If you don't believe me, I'll leave a link in the description to the game where Give You Anxiety played against a guy by the name of Frank. And they were playing the Holy Roman Empire against the Rus. And we saw both of those players had cosmetics in the middle of their town centers. Now, keep in mind, cosmetics are not pay to win. In fact, as far as I'm aware, you don't even pay for them. There's that single one that you get if you've got the deluxe edition, and that's it. As far as I'm aware, there is absolutely no form of in-game benefit that you get other than that cosmetic benefit that you would expect in the middle of a town center. That is it. So no effect on gameplay. As far as I'm aware, you also get them. So in Age of Empires 4, the more you play, the more experience that you're going to gain and the more levels you're going to gain. These levels, as far as I'm aware, they work towards your cosmetics. Noisy asking, was that show match with GUA? Yes, that was GUA. He is Mark. Mark at Forgotten Empires. Yes, it's the one on the Age of Empires YouTube channel. Correct. A little bit of a battle down here to the south, but at the same time, a little bit of a fight up to the north. Players looking to repel each other. And we'll take a look over at the perspective of Hagrid. Hagrid, no age up in queue that we can spot at the moment. Really? I'm curious. Oh, never mind. There's no way to actually spot this, but going up with the Burgrave Palace. So buying a lot of time in the early game. Killing a lot of villagers. We do a little bit of a stock take. 34 villages for Hagrid. His opponent, Zertan, sitting on 38. So villager count is still relatively even. Keep in mind, though, that behind that, we do have the influence bonus that's being affected, or the structure count. What is it called? The Golden Age count. So 10% for all resources. So realistically, it's maybe like 37 villages instead of 34 villages. Nice little raid up here to the north, but you know, this is it's technically a raid, but like there's no mill up here anyway. So what's the big deal? It looks like he might actually be picking up a prelate here. This is a big find. This is 100 coin, or 100 gold rather. So very nice. Zertan now reaching the third age. We'll take a look and see what he does to react. Whether we've got archers coming out. No third age units just yet. No upgrades coming through just yet. Going up with the Burgrave Palace, so not opting to go for the cathedral, I think it's called. I can't remember the exact name, but the pikes going to be in a bit of a difficult spot here as they try and fight out with the horsemen. We spot that there's actually a nice little tower out here from the Holy Roman Empire. It looks very, very nice, but those pikes going to be, or spears, going to be getting up pretty clean. Take a look over at Hagrid's perspective, see what he's up to. Hagrid up in the third age as well. So going up to with the economic wing. So looking to really potentially expand his economy. He's going to have access to two really good technologies there. Now keep in mind that the technologies in this game are multiplicative. They stack. So in other games, they don't stack. So it works off a base gather rate. In Age of Empires 4, it doesn't work off the base gather rate. It works off the active gather rate. So if you get two 15% upgrades, and then you get another 15% upgrade on top of that, it's not giving you 45% of the base upgrade. It's giving you 15%, and then 15% of the base, and then 15% of the 15%. I know it's complex, but essentially it means that you want to get more upgrades for your economy. The more you get, the merrier your villages are going to be. Really, really important. We count down right now to see the servers should be going offline any second. I'm curious to see whether we are going to experience both players just disappearing from the lobbies, but it looks like we've managed to stay in the game right now. It is currently 3 a.m. for me. I'm actually going to show you guys my time right now, 3 a.m., and that's when the servers are due to come down, so we could be going down any second right here. Who do you think's in a better position? Because let's do a little score check. We'll take a look. Score check right now. Zerton up ever so slightly, but it's still reasonably close. Hagrid's still in a pretty decent position. His economy is definitely booming, going up with the economic... I was going to say the economic theory, but the economic wing. About to hit the third age right now, but it looks like we might be able to actually stay online right now. And we're still in the game. That's a relief. That is a relief for me. Because I'm looking forward to watching how Hagrid evolves here. A couple of Idlevilles just hanging out right now. He's got 11 idols. Has Hagrid disconnected? Is that what's happened? A new age has begun. Let's see what happens here as Hagrid sits idly by with 11 villagers. Hagrid, wake up, Hagrid. He is moving units around. Has he disconnected? I think he might have disconnected. Oh no, he's here. He was sleeping. He was cracking open a cold one, and he's worked it out. Don't worry. We got it. We got it all worked out. Zerton, on the other hand, to the north of the map. He's going to be potentially looking to expand out a little bit further. You can see all the villages that he's got sitting down here on wood. A lot of coins sitting, or a lot of gold sitting here for him right now. What's he going to be doing with all this gold? Because he's opened up pretty well, but I guess... Oh my god. Is it? Don't make me say it. Please don't make me say it. Okay, YouTube, I know you're going to hate me for it, but I'm going to try and say it. Landsknecht. Please tell me I got that right. Please tell me I got that right. I'm not going to say it again for the rest of the game. We've got some villagers that are going to get caught out in a bad position. Town center going to be going down here. You saw they had their torches out just for a second. And now we've got a little bit of a difficult spot because he's losing villagers here, but managing to get that town center up. The pikes, or the spears rather, do come in time. And now more veteran archers on the back line. Keep in mind, these are veteran. They've already been upgraded to the next age. So they are going to be nice and strong. More HP, more attack. Going to be looking healthy. 9 idols at the moment on that stone, I think that was. Not too sure. No, it looks like it must have been gold. I don't think he's mined a single bit of stone this game. Now on the north, or on the north side of the map, he continues to expand, adding farms around his initial town center. But still, we don't see any expansion coming out from him. 49 villages for Zerton. Hagrid sitting now on a comfortable 36. I'd say comfortable. It's not really that comfortable, actually. That's kind of bad. He's down 13 villages at the moment, obviously losing a fair bit here. Zerton having a field day, just picking off these spears as they continue to march away. And you can see that single camel going out at the front. He's got one in the back as well, but that camel does go down. Zerton realizing that he does have that upgrade, that he is going to need to focus those camels down, and doing the right thing there. The mass now really beginning to build for Zerton. Let's take a look and see how many archery ranges he's got. He's got 3 archery ranges, it looks like. So a decent mass that he is building up. About to get housed. And now we see them out. Some of the most flamboyant units you've ever seen. Look at them. The way they run. Their hats, their pants, just everything about them. The giant sword. Keep an eye on these units as we get into battle, okay? These units, they Superman punch with their swords. You watch them. They jump up into the air. They hit the enemy. They look absolutely awesome when they do it. So keep your eye on those Oh, I was going to say it. I'm going to say it. Landsknecht. I think I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I think I'm getting closer to it. But now we've got a bit of siege coming out. Mangonel coming out. And we've got the upgraded veteran spearmen coming out right now. And look at those cute little chicken legs as they run across. Here they go. Watch those Landsknechts. Here they go. Is he going to make a connection? Mangonel shot gets down. Landsknechts looking to engage. And there they go. Swinging their big swords. Do we see the Superman swing? Watch them. Watch them as they swing. Those big Landsknechts. Not doing a whole bunch. The Mangonel does go down. Archers on the back line actually going to be doing pretty down decently for Zerton right now, pushing in his opponent. A huge mass of archers, and I don't know how his opponent's actually going to be able to stop this, because my concern right now is that Hagrid's in a decent spot when it comes to his economy. He's going to get idled though. He's got 8 villagers on food, and it's only these farmers. He's being completely idled right now. He had a Mangonel that was going to save the day, but it went down incredibly quickly, so not enough defense for it. And now he's in a difficult spot because Hagrid's got no real choice. Zerton, on the other hand, behind this, we take a look exactly what he's up to. No real expansion coming out for him, but he's looking pretty decent. Still continuing to train villagers. 55 villagers for him. His opponent currently sitting at 41 villagers and now under attack at multiple angles. We see lancers, or knights rather, beginning to come out for Zerton. And more, look, just attacking absolutely everywhere. Zerton having a complete field day here. And his opponent, despite being, ahead when it comes to infrastructure, got that second town center up. You can see he's behind on his economy, though. It's a difficult spot for him. Archers now beginning to move out. Going to be able to push these units back. Both players are in the third age, but my fear right now is that Zerton's really going to have absolutely complete reign over this. Hagrid's going to really have no choice when it comes to it. And I think Hagrid's thrown in the towel, ladies and gentlemen. The game goes over to Zerton. Match has been completed. I hope you guys have enjoyed this cast. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you say hi to YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, guys, make sure you hit the like button if you've enjoyed the game. Keep in mind, October 28 is the day that Age of Empires 4 releases. I want to see you guys there. I want to see you guys here as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.